This is the story of an impertinent elf who tried to steal our treasure, and how he met his fate.
The elf who stopped time. Elric the Sly had spent years searching for the fabled hourglass of Vale, an ancient relic whispered of in elven legends. It was said to hold the power to stop time itself, freezing the world in perfect stillness. For an elf of his talents, a thief and rogue of unmatched skill, it was the perfect tool. With it, he could commit the greatest heist in history without the risk of capture. Under the cover of a misty night, he infiltrated the vaults of the Ivory Keep, the heart of the troll kingdom of Valcoris. The keep was said to be impenetrable, guarded by enchantments and the might of the Troll King's wizards. But none of that mattered once time stood still. He had collected a huge bag of gold and jewels. Troll guards were approaching. They entered and surrounded him. Elric clutched the ancient hourglass, its surface etched with runes older than the kingdoms themselves. Whispering the incantation he had deciphered from forgotten tomes, he then turned it upside down. The world stopped. The guards stood motionless, the air turned to crystal. The torches in the keep froze mid-flicker. The guards stood motionless. Even the dust in the air had stopped moving. Silence, deep and absolute, pressed against Elric's ears. He squeezed past the now motionless guards. A grin spread across his face. It had worked. Moving through the frozen corridors, he relieved the keep of its greatest treasures, including the Bloodstone Crown and the Scepter of Eldoria. Hours must have passed, but time did not exist anymore. He reveled in his success, his mind racing with all the possibilities now open to him. Once outside the troll stronghold, he turned the hourglass again. Expecting time to be restored, nothing happened. The grains of sand within the glass remained suspended in place. He shook it, whispering the incantation that would resume time once more. Then again, louder. Panic clawed at him as realization took hold. Time would not restart. He was alone in a world frozen in an eternal instant. Elric ran through the city, past merchants paused mid-shout, past beggars trapped in their endless pleas. The birds in the sky were suspended on unseen strings, their wings motionless.
Desperation drove him to seek out an answer. He scoured libraries searching for knowledge. But only one book contained any wisdom on reversing such an ancient spell. There was mention of the last living timekeeper. Legend spoke of an ancient being who once served as the guardian of time itself. If anyone knew how to undo this catastrophe, it would be him. The problem was that no one had seen the timekeeper in centuries. But Elric had nothing but time, or rather, an endless absence of it. And so, he traveled. He crossed mountains frozen in their storms, walked on oceans now turned solid where ships hung motionless, their sails caught in an unseen wind. The world was his and his alone, a vast kingdom of eternal stillness. After what felt like lifetimes, he found the entrance to the Temple of Aeons, hidden deep in the desert of Ashmere. The massive doors, carved with images of celestial wheels and shifting sands, stood locked. But Elric, skilled as he was, found a way inside. The temple was eerily still. More so than even the rest of the world. It was as if time had never touched this place to begin with. And at its center, atop a great throne of glass, sat the timekeeper. His skin was the color of dusk, his eyes like molten silver. He did not move, did not blink. Elric's heart sank. Was he too late? Was even the timekeeper trapped by the spell? Then, with painful slowness, the timekeeper's gaze shifted to meet his own. Elric staggered back, for it was the first movement he had seen since the spell was cast. "You have made a grievous mistake," the timekeeper said, his voice like a whisper carried on an eternal wind. "Time is not yours to command."
This is the bit that I like. The timekeeper has agreed to reverse the hourglass spell, but the dumb kid does not realize he will be returned to the point at which time stopped, which was when he was right slap bang in the middle of me and my fellow guards, and he was surrounded by all his loot. Ha ha ha.